Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. Today we will be taking a look at the Good Karma Tarot, which is created by Carrie Ward. So this is a mass market deck and I think it is pretty good. I mean, it's one of my favorite beginner decks or when I was starting. So these are the size of the box and this is the back. So it's a two-piece box. There are no finger cutouts, so it's a bit difficult to open. You have here the guidebook, which we'll be taking a look at later, and it comes in this partitioned container, which is not, I've mentioned before, it's not really my favorite. There are some finger cutouts, but they're not very useful because you can't get to the bottom of the cards. Packaging wise, oops, it can be improved. Okay, so these are the cards, but we'll take a look at that later. Let's first take a look at the guidebook. So it says here that this is a beginner's guide to reading the cards, and I agree. It's one of the more how should I say it? Easy to understand guidebooks that I've read. It's written in a language that wouldn't confuse you, especially if you're just starting with tarot. So you have an introduction, then the meaning of the major arcana, the minor arcanas, and then working with the deck and acknowledgements. You have a brief introduction, history, the structure of the book, and then history of the tarot. And this is one of the things that I really like, debunking myths about tarot, especially for those that are intimidated or, are worried that tarot is a gateway to the devil, Satanism, dark arts, etc. So it takes the time to answer and debunk some of those myths. And then it tells you how to get started, how to get to know the deck, etc. So it's a pretty good guidebook in my opinion. Then information on the major arcana and then to each of the cards. So for the majors, they have a full page picture on the left side, and then you have here a little bit of an affirmation and then the meaning of the card. And then it also tells you here the usual imagery that is found in the RWS or in most tarot decks, so you can also visualize that particular image. And there's also a good karma tip. So all of the majors are structured that way. Oh, I have a bookmark. And then for the minor arcana, so there's just it's one page per card. There's a smaller thumbnail, but still you have the affirmation, the meaning of the card, how it traditionally looks in other decks, and the good karma tip. Pretty good guidebook, this one. It goes all the way for all of the minors. And then at the back, you have here some tips in working with the deck. It has a step-by-step guide, and it has a lot of spreads that you can use and follow. I haven't really used the spreads here, but even though I've been using this deck for a while, but I do want to try it sometime. And then the art of storytelling in tarot. And there's also a page on tarot talismans. It's like extending your tarot, extending this deck to use it whenever you want to have a symbol of the energy that you want to embody, something like that. So when you feel anxious, you can use these cards. And then when you feel sad, ashamed. So yeah, I like this guidebook. It gives you a lot of information as a beginner, and it's not intimidating at all. So for those who are just starting or just casually into tarot, I think that is a pretty good guidebook to start with, or this deck is a pretty good deck to start with. Okay, so now let's take a look at the cards. So these are the cards. The cardstock is glossy, so you'll see here that it reflects the light. The backs are reversible in this, not sure what pattern this is called. This is bright. It's a yellowish color, very bright. It is bigger than standard tarot size. I'll show you in comparison with the Mary L, which is more standard tarot size. It is slightly taller and a little bit wider. So since these are glossy cards, I won't be holding them up because otherwise the light would just reflect on the card. It is a very colorful deck. The images are easy to, or relatable, or very relatable. It's diverse. There's a lot of modern elements in it, like this for the Chariot. Oh, if you notice as well, Justice is in the traditional position where Strength usually is in most other decks. Strength. Modern depictions. I love this Temperance card. Here, instead of 2 people, there's just 1. Tower is pretty traditional. The star is also on the cover. The moon. The world. Moving on to the wands. It's very modern, but I like the way the images are portrayed. It is mostly feminine figures though. Then moving on to the cup suit. This card reminds me a lot of me. Page. Mr. Romantic. I do wish the queens and the kings look a bit older, but that's a minor thing. Now we're in our sword suit. I like this Four of Swords. It's a more, I relate with it more as rest compared to the traditional card in the RWS. Eight. And our last suit, the coins or the pentacles. Alright, and then I'll zoom out and let's see how this shuffles. Okay, so these are slightly bigger cards, but the cardstock is thin enough for us to be able to get a good shuffle. So I don't really have much of a problem with shuffling this deck. It's not the best shuffle by any means, but you know, it's fine. I refill shuffle my deck, so that is a consideration for me when I work with decks, that they have to be easy or they have to shuffle well. For some reason, it kind of feels easier to shuffle it that way. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. And of course, you can also do side or overhand shuffling. And let's see if a card will jump out, and we will use that to see how the guidebook reads. So card doesn't want to come. Oops! Well, I just dropped that. Alright. Okay, so maybe that, oops, let's just use this one. Okay, so we'll be reading for the 3 of coins. Okay, so we will be reading for the 3 of coins. And it says here, to network, network, network. Seek to impress those with influence and find a home for your unique talents. Good things are often in the pipeline when this card appears. A pay rise, promotions, windfalls, new roles, or job offers. Someone has noticed your talent and diligence and wants to help you climb the ladder. Take advantage of all opportunity and possibility in your career world right now. Make sure you are showing your best self to people with influence, aiming high, believing in yourself. You are about to be recognized and rewarded, and it is richly deserved. It also says here, if the 3 of coins represents a person in your reading, they are possibly an earth sign such as Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. This is someone who can help you further your interests and ambitions. They might be a recruiter, a boss, a mentor, or an entrepreneur. It also tells you that historically, the 3 of coins depicts a young stonemason working on a building or a cathedral. There are 2 architects that hold the design plans, which are ambitious. The stonemason is discussing the progress, and architects value his opinion and specialist knowledge. Everyone is making a contribution to the bigger objective of building the cathedral. It is a team effort. And then there's also a good karma tip, which is ambition is enthusiasm with purpose. Now, I do usually read this card as more of a collaboration card, working together to get a goal. But here in the Good Karma guidebook, it kind of it lets you know that, or it kind of reminds you that what you're working on is something that deserves recognition or a promotion, or you just keep doing it and you would be recognized. So I think that is an interesting take so on this particular card. Oops. Oh, it's going out of focus. Okay, all right, so that has been the Good Karma Tarot. It's a very approachable, easy to understand deck. The guidebook is really good for beginners because it's not intimidating. The imagery is easy enough to understand or to read. And yeah, if you're just learning tarot, or if you're interested to learn tarot and you're not really sure where to start, you can check this out and consider this deck. If you like this video, please don't forget to click the like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I post tarot related videos at least once a week, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!